So Louis, when I read your book, I'll be honest, it was quite frustrating at times because I had a massive struggle with some of the names that you use. Like, you make use of some very interesting names in the book of both places and people. So I just chose some of the very easy ones. All right, so this is this is not a perfect reflection of the actual names used, but I mean, Henan, Nalada, Mo, Azar, all whilst not naming your main character. I found that quite interesting. For lack of a better word. Do you care to elaborate on your usage of names in the book?
Yes, yeah, I agree. The names is an interesting one, and I think that was the biggest fun for me as the author, as the creator of this whole thing. I remember when the children were small, I loved to make them treasure hunt parties and hiding away things and giving them clues how to find that, and just being excited to watch them. Now they're very clever. They've grown up now, so my parties are not that great anymore. But I've recently acquired a German short-haired pointer, and he still loves my treasure hunts. So that was the fun part of putting meaning into the names of characters, for instance, and basically giving the clue for the person that unlocks that clue, a newer or a deeper level of understanding. For instance, Mo, the character of Mo comes into the story quite early, and he was basically built on my recollection of the Ten Commandments, the law of Moses. As a youngster growing up in church, my father is a minister of the church, and I remember I can still smell the smell of the consistory, the room at the back of the preekstoel. That smell of old men and oak. And Moses and the law of Moses, and he mesmerized me. The character of Moses mesmerized me, and Mo was fashioned along my recollection and my memories of the law of Moses and my childhood with that. Mo, initially I thought I'm going to make him a bit of a villain, a bit of a tough character, because the law is a bit of a tough thing to eat. And he grew on me. Man, I was really sad. Now, I don't want to give too much away about the story, but anyways. So that's where Mo comes from. Azar is a nice character. He's basically, what I did is I just took some pruning scissors and I pruned the name Lazarus to get to Azar. And Lazarus is the one that reminds you of resurrection. He's the one that proved that Christ has overcome death, even though he wasn't crucified then yet. But Azar is this motivation or this argument that convinces the boy about resurrection. So that's where his character comes from. Nalanda, I think that was quite a nifty little one. Nalanda is my recollection of being at university. So those of you who have been to university, you might have had similar experiences of coming to this place where everyone examines everything to the minutest detail, understanding everything to the smallest particle, and missing God, missing the Creator in that all. So Nalanda is actually a university in India that predates any European university and exists still to this day. So you can go to India and see the University of Nalanda. So that's where Nalanda comes from. Then Henan is a Greek word that signifies mysticism. I even put in some Xhosa. I wonder where's Sanda now. So Sanda, you enlightened me again. So I'm actually on the wrong track. But for me, the Xhosa word ukwesaba is to fear, and it's in the book, and it basically signifies fear. And then obviously the Christ-like figure, Fosor, the man, the digger of the graves of men, and getting around the image of Christ, getting around the person of Christ that can be man and God at the same time, but he has this thing about burying people, about helping people to die. And that was part of my struggle with Christ, was inviting me to come and die, and I don't want to. And I find still that many Christians stands on the edge of the grave and cannot commit to giving it all up and entering and meeting the Father face to face.
I must say that the digger is definitely one of the most compelling characters that I've ever stumbled upon in fiction. So yeah, congratulations on that.